this piece of Americana history. That is awesome. I'm sure they're not in there. Whoever is spent the night here is probably not sleeping in here at the moment. I'm sure they are enjoying the attraction that I'm going to be documenting for you guys today here in the middle of South Dakota, in the Badlands of South Dakota. I needed some coffee, needed something to drink. For hundreds and hundreds of miles, I've been seeing these signs. Visit Wall Drugs, and it'd show like a guy dragging a donkey or a mule or a dinosaur or all sorts of crazy stuff. It's kind of, this roadside attraction's kind of like south of the border in South Carolina, except it's in the southwest, or not southwest, in the west, northwest. Do people consider north or the Dakotas the west? I don't know. I guess it is. We're in Mountain Time Zone. Anyway, check this out. Okay, before I start, I'm standing here in front of the Wall Community Library. I don't know when it was established, but they did put a time capsule and buried it here. And it's to be opened on 2032 AD. Now, I don't know what year it was built, but I did notice that on these walls here, here's a piece of petrified wood. There's some petrified wood here. People have written their names in it. That's how the building is built, out of petrified wood and local stones. And there's lots of names. There's some people put their names with dates like 1906. They're kind of like 1906 to 1938. It's kind of like a headstone. Here's somebody carved in this stone here, 1938. So I'm not exactly sure when it was built, but it's a pretty unique building. It's closed right now. I kind of like how they even incorporated petrified wood, because I am in the Badlands and the petrified forest is about 10 miles, 15 miles that way. But I'm gonna go ahead, walk down the street, look for that no good dirty blacksmith. There's supposedly a sheriff walking up and down the street, and if you stop him, he gives you a deputy's badge. I would dig that. But let's go see what this town has to offer. Now, Wall's Drugs kind of started, I believe it was built in 1931 by Ted and Dorothy Hosted, founders of the Wall Drug Store. And it's kind of in the vein of Route 66. So travelers would come from the east to the west, heading out to Oregon and Washington and California, and they'd be all the way up here in either the extremely hot temperatures or the extremely cold temperatures, driving their Model T Fords and everything else up and down I-90. Could you imagine driving cross country in a Model T? I don't know if I could. It's hard enough in a modern day tractor trailer. But in 1931, they built a little drugstore offering travelers free ice water, and they had a soda fountain, an ice cream parlor, and just your basic supplies, your basic travel supplies. But the big draw, at least for the last 30 years that I've seen, as I was driving down the roads, the signs on the side of the freeway would all say this. So you could rest assured on those 100-degree days, on those triple-digit days, driving across the Badlands of South Dakota, you could always whip in here and grab yourself some ice water. Yum. I'm actually looking for something a little bit warmer. I'm going to look for some coffee. Over the years, it's became a lot like Sturgis in a way, like what you would picture downtown Sturgis to be. As a matter of fact, there's quite a few bikes out here. This is the main drag, and if you start at that end of the street, you can actually see Wall's Drugs right there. There's Wall's Drugs Pharmacy Museum and Travelers Chapel. It's a lot bigger now than I'm sure it was in 1931. But we're gonna go inside and see what it's like nowadays, and imagine it's 1931, where you would be crossing across the desert in your Model T Ford, looking out and finding things like that. What is that? I'm gonna do a little bit of jaywalking. Check this out. There's a little bit of brick right there. I'm thinking possibly this is the original, part of the original building. I could be wrong. I'm gonna go inside and actually find out. Getting breezy out there.
Yes, it is.
Here. Look. What are you doing sitting there? What are you doing sitting there? Got a light? Got a light? You been coming here long? I don't know if she's been here a long time or not. She looks kind of friendly. These people back here make a good point. A lot of people probably have sat with her, so I should probably sanitize my arm. The main reason I'm coming out here today was just to show you guys around. But there's one thing I have never done coming out to Wall's Drugs, and that is to go out back. I always see these signs. They have an awesome backyard area, and usually it's wintertime, snowing, ice cold every time I come out here. So today, the only thing I have to worry about so much is the wind. So I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what is actually back here, and then I'll show you guys that, and then we'll come inside, explore a little bit, maybe throw a little support their way and purchase a t-shirt or something. But first, check this out. It's Zoltar. I would do it, but I'm afraid my soul would go in someone else's body, and you know. So this is the back area. There's a prairie parlor. So I guess we can go that way, but I think I'm gonna go down the back alley. Check this out. Greetings from the Black Hills of South Dakota. Look at all this goodness. They got a place for a fun pic. Look at that. A giant rabbit with horns. You're missing. The wind's just blowing it out. Looky here. Looky here. They're moving mighty slow. Look, Ma, I'm at Mount Rushmore. I thought that was a face. It's not. That's not a face, but these are. Look at this place. They got so many fun picture spots out here. Bad thing is, I'm by myself. It's hard to get fun pics when you're by yourself, because there's nothing I would like to do more than have a fun pic with this guy. See, it just doesn't work. So while these guys are taking up that, I think I'm gonna hop on these. Are you saluting me? What's going on in here? What is that? What is in here? Check this out. They have a Old West wall drug shooting gallery. This guy here, he looks like he's already been shot. If I ever get wealthy, hit the lottery, one of the rooms in my home is going to have something just like this. And check this out. Look at this awesomeness. So one of these bouncy balls, you put money in, and it comes down here, and you play. You play soccer with a bouncy ball, and whoever wins gets to keep the bouncy ball. That's pretty awesome. Lots of old timely photos of the area back in the day. Or Native Americans. Politically correct. There she is. That's who I've been looking for. Do you ever just want to get away? Do you ever just want to take off and see the country and not just be stuck here to this chair? Looks like something's getting ready to go down. Someone's been cheating. Someone's going to be his Huckleberry. I need to go to Deadwood Gulch just basically because I don't know. I never knew that Doc Holliday and Wild Bill knew each other. Did they play cards together? I don't know. But that life-size diorama over there, that's who's in the diorama. Wild Bill and Doc Holliday. I don't know who you are. Eddie Van Halen's great-great-grandfather? Not you again. What are you doing up there? What are you doing? You don't look so mean. No, look at you. Look at it. This is a perfect place for a fun picture spot. A fun pic right here with my friend the bunny, the jackalope. But I can't do it. I can't take a fun pic because if you look, there's really nobody around right now that I could just hand my camera to and say, hey, can you take a picture of me while I'm having fun and riding this incredible beast? Maybe if I could con one of those girls sitting on the bench to tag along with me, I could let them do my fun pics. And what is this amazing thing? What are you doing in here? A gorilla playing a piano.
Smile, Mr. Weedy. I can't even see. Okay.
He charges 50 cents. 50 cents a song. No tap to pay. Well, we're going back inside Mr. Jackalope. See what inside Wall Drugs has to offer. More than just good tasting ice water. Hi. Where do you get something like that? Hold on, guys. Doing a little bit of explaining about the Osmo to these guys. They found it pretty fascinating. Heck, I've had it 2 months and I'm still fascinated by it. And the cops at Mall of America, they were fascinated by it. Go back in, get some coffee, find a t-shirt, and head down the old dusty road.
Yes, you. Come on over and let Zoltar be sharing with you your fortune.
No, time to run. So what grew from a tiny drugstore turned into a giant Stuckey's. Basically, that's all this is, with a lot of old Western stuff. He looks like he's had a little bit too much of his own tonic. Oh, I want one. I don't want one. You have a big one across. Whoa, I didn't even see that. If you wouldn't have showed me that, I wouldn't have seen that.
Oh, that's terrible.
I know, and it's living. Look at this.
Yeah, Ronald Reagan is singing. My friend Ronald Reagan.
Ronald Reagan is singing?
Yeah, doesn't he look like Ronald Reagan?
Oh, it looks like Ronald Reagan.
Yeah.
Okay, you've been drinking too much of his tonic.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Rita, Rita, I miss you, Rita. Rita, I miss you. Rita, Rita.
Rock stuff.
Go back down the hall, take a right, and
What was that Martin Short, Steve Martin, Chevy Chase movie? This kind of reminds me of that. The Three Amigos. The Wall of Death.
How do we go to Badlands?
Badlands? Go up that street right here. Go right straight and you're in the Badlands. Yep. We're going to the Badlands.
You know what's pretty awesome though? Even here at Wall's Drugs, look what I just found. Look. See that? A VR headset. I believe this VR box is basically just Google Cardboard, but it does have a head strap for $19. $19 sold.
You want that with you or on the side?
Oh yeah, I'll put it in the sack.
All right.
Thank you so much. Purchased. Gonna test that out against the Mattel Viewmaster that I have. Actually, not too much of a souvenir. Let's see if I could find something else. All right, well, didn't make much of a purchase. I came to Wall Drugs, figured I'd buy a t-shirt and some other stuff, but not stuff that I actually ended up buying, though I did get a Pepsi and a VR headset. So I can't wait until tonight when I can play with that a little bit. But I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. Thank you guys for watching this quick, almost daily vlog. Wall drugs. All right, everybody, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I didn't purchase the stuff that I thought I was going to purchase. I actually wanted a t-shirt. They only had XLs and 2X. That's kind of big, even for me. So I'm going to go ahead and end today's daily vlog from Wall's Drugs in South Dakota. I have to get over to Portland. Thank you guys for watching. Please remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. I'm going to head back to the truck and try out this VR headset. Kind of excited about it. compare it to the, what's the one I got in the truck? The Mattel's Viewmaster Google Cardboard. Kind of put it through its paces, comparing it to that. I don't even know if this is cardboard. I'm sure cardboard will work in it, but we'll see. Why do I keep talking? Why not? Do I just sign off? Talk to you guys later. Peace.